Metal Jesus here, and today I'm a little bit tired, and that's because I'm one of those freaks that you saw on TV standing in line waiting to get the Apple iPad. Now I'm going to give you my first impressions of this, and specifically I'm going to focus on gaming because that's what I care about. So check it out. Alright, well, to start off, I think the first question is, why did you buy it? What does it do? And the reason for that is because I actually spent quite a bit of time playing with my iPod Touch. I was kind of surprised. I actually really kind of dug this thing. And specifically, all the games on it were actually pretty fun, including this one right here, as you can see. This is Space Ace, the classic. And it looks pretty good on the iPod Touch. Now let's check it out on the iPad. Now, first of all, you'll notice that it comes up in its original aspect ratio. You can see me in the camera there. Hello. But in the corner down here, the difference. Gee, which one do you want to play? Now, what it's doing is it's upscaling. And there's a speaker, by the way. Check it out. Doesn't look too bad. Oh, and I died. Alright, now here are some other games I'd like to kind of show you guys. One thing to note here is that I haven't paid for anything yet, other than obviously the iPad itself, but what's really cool is that it actually supports all of the applications you've already bought. It just basically upscales them like I mentioned. So that's pretty cool. So for instance, Doodle Jump here. This is a game that costs basically $1. Very simple. Upscales. And actually plays exactly the way it did on the iPod Touch. Now what I'm doing here is using the accelerometer to control my little dude. Oh, and I'm dead. Alright, so let's check out some maybe more hardcore games. Another great classic on this is Real Racing. Now this is not the iPad optimized version of this. This is simply the $6 version that I bought for the iTouch, simply scaled up. So what's nice is that all these games are cheap too. This is only, I think, $6, $3, something like that. It's a pretty decent driving game, actually. These are the graphics right here. This is how it looks. Alright, so here's a game that you may have heard of called n.o.v.a. This is a sort of a Halo kind of game for the iTouch. Now on the
access the games menu. You will find your objective in the goals tab.
You notice actually the graphics aren't bad. Now this is again not the iPad optimized version of it, but you can see it actually looks pretty decent, just sort of scaled up. This is what it would look like sort of on the original iTouch. Actually controls pretty well. Alright, well here's another game I'm enjoying quite a bit lately, which is Doom 2 RPG. It's basically a turn-based... Oh, I'm getting low on health here. There we go. It's basically a turn-based version of Doom, and John Carmack has made actually a bunch of these, and I actually really like them. It's kind of fun to play these games in sort of turn-based style. Alright, so obviously the iPad is many things more than just a gaming machine, and one of those cool things it does is Netflix. And this is free, by the way. So if you have a Netflix account, you have a Netflix player, and it actually looks fantastic. This is Black Hawk Down right here. and it looks like it's HD. I mean, it just looks beautiful. I know there's a lot of glare, but staring at it in person, it's not bad at all, actually. It's beautiful. So that's Netflix. There's also a Craigslist application on here, which is pretty neat. You can set up, it's designed for the iPad, so it's full screen. There's a Marvel comic book reader, which I can't wait to dig into this. This is going to be awesome. This to me is actually one of the big selling points of this, is I've been really looking forward to being able to dig back into comics. I'm not interested in buying them in their traditional way. They just take up too much space. It's too easy to rip, but to actually buy Spider-Man for $2, I can do that. Another application on here, let's see, there's NPR, there's Slacker Radio. Steel Sky, which is an adventure game. And then of course it does all the typical things, like it's a movie player, blah, 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 blah. So, all right, well, that's my review. It's just sort of a quick view, sort of review of the iPad. I'm sorry this isn't as polished as normal, but hope you enjoyed it. Take care.